right, welcome back to Engineer's Workshop. So we're still working on the tall weldment spacer, which is going to space my son's harmonic balancer about 3.5, actually 3 5/8 inches out from its original position. Got the first end roughed, got the tube one end roughed with that weldment relief there. So I'm going to now work on this side and a little bit of a fit there for the tube. So let me show you the strategy for the next couple of pieces. Okay, so we've got the first two pieces fits, a slip fit, which is what my son wanted. Going to basically do the same thing on the other end. But before we do, so I'm going to take the other end. I think I'm going to drill it and bore it, and then and face it, and then I will go ahead and cut the step in that, and we'll size it the opposite way we did on the tube. So I'll cut the step, measure that, and then we'll bore the tube to fit it. A buddy of mine convinced me, I was talking about, putting this oddball hole pattern in. It's not a symmetrical pattern. Whether to put the holes in before or after we weld it, my son said, well, just make it a slip fit so I can, turn these things around and I'll align the holes. But actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to let him weld it up without putting any of the mounting holes or that locating hole in place. Then I'm going to use the K&T, and I will, zero in on the locating features and then put the holes in, flip it, and then do the same on the other side. And in order to make them match up perfectly, I got a little trick. My trick is to take a V-block and clamp a V-block to the side of the finished weldment. That will give me horizontal reference surface I can clamp to in a vise, and then when I flip it end for end, my orientation will be exactly where it needs to be. So let's get these parts over to the lathe and start turning. I just want to get the face running reasonably close. I guess about 5/1000 is the best we can hope for out of a sawn surface. Now the step on the other end is 2.270, so I'm going to shoot for that dimension because I know that the tube will clean up to that. I'm using a sharp edge tool so I don't have a radius in the bottom there. I set my depth of cut at 200 thousandths against my stop. Just use the compound to dial it back. Let's take a reference diameter and see where we're at. And 2.270 was the target. This is going to be just under 2.5, so we got a ways to go. Two-inch 390. .310. About 285. A little lighter cut this time. We should be at about 275 now, 2-inch 275. Actually, we're almost at our target. In fact, we're at 272. Let's just take a spring pass and call it done. Knocked another thousandths or so off. Just want to bore this enough to clean it up, and that way I can indicate on it. It'll run true to the OD. In order to do that 30-degree angle, I have to run the compound at 30 and get that high-speed steel tool right in there. That's at least as good of a lead-in as the other one. Let's see what we're left with here. 535. Okay, the end cap we just did is 535. The original, the thickness is, I believe, 360, 355. And the tube is 3.393. Oh boy, I got dyslexic here. 3-inch 933. So let's redo our math. So the overall length would be 4.828, and we'll go for 3.75, so we have room to whittle down. So 1 inch and 78 thousandths needs to come off the length of the tube. Set my stops up so that I've got 1 inch of travel before I hit my hard stop, and I dialed in the 1 inch on the compound. So I don't think this lathe could take this in one pass, but boy, it would be nice. It might. Let's try it. Maybe at a lower speed, or lower feed. Let's try 3,000 feed at a little lower RPM. Nope, not going to do it. Okay, we'll see if we can just peel this back from here. You got about exactly 100 thousandths to go. So we'll take a couple of cleanup passes, maybe 50 thousandths each. Then a couple thousandths of where I need to be, it might actually fit like it is. No, just wants to start. I think we'll go just a couple thousandths more because it's hot. There we go. Even though this boring bar is too big to go in that hole, I think there's enough clearance to put a 30-degree center on this so that I could use this hole, you know, with the live center to steady the end of the part. That's enough to do what I want. Now that is ready for him to weld. So basically now once he does that, I can grab this end and I can put a live center on that 30-degree chamfer, and I could take a truing cut, turn this thing into a perfect cylinder. And from that point I can hold the cylinder and face it. I'm going to need to take material off this thick end to get that length to 3.625, and take that diameter down to the correct pilot for the pulley and bore this out to be the correct clearance for the projection on that's timing belt pulley. So there we have it. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I think we've got it roughed and ready for my son to weld. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in his hands. Then we can come back and do all the cleanup and finishing work and getting everything to size and put the holes in. So I hope you enjoyed it. No, it wasn't you know, too meaty of a video, but you know, doing what we can here in the summer in amongst getting projects done for the house and such. So thanks again for watching, subscribing, share it with your buddies. I'm trying to grow the channel. Try to stay cool. I know we got a little bit of a break from the heat, so I hope you enjoy that as well. So anyway, thanks again from Engineers Workshop, and until next time, as always, stay safe.